Hi, welcome to our midweek thought today. It's going to think a bit about our posture in this season. We've spoken about this before on these videos, but let me explain what I mean. Are we going to be people who are looking forward or looking backwards? We're at the start of a new term and people are talking in terms of going back. The government want people back in their office, back to school. People talk about going back to church. One of the questions I'm asking is, are we thinking of COVID as a pause button or a reset button? Is it a pause button, as if we paused in March, we've had this little season, and we're going to go back to the way it was in March, as if the way things were in March was ideal? Or is it a reset button to say, actually, we can reassess how we were doing things, rather than just go back to the way it was before? Because we know it's going to be different anyway with social distancing and COVID mitigations. Is there a new way of thinking about things? This theme is in the Bible a lot. When the people of Israel rebelled, they were thrown out their land and went into what they called exile. And they were longing to go back to the land, and rightly so. But they knew that if they went back, things had to be different. Because if they just acted the way they were before the exile, that's what got them into trouble. Was going back, but they needed a new posture and a new mindset. New Testament writers often use the image of athletics. It's in Philippians and Corinthians, famously, and also in the book of Hebrews. And we've read this scripture before on these thoughts, but I'm going to read it now. This is from Hebrews 12. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Then it goes on to say, consider him who endured this opposition, so you don't go weary and lose heart. The posture is, we're looking forward. It's not looking back. Yes, there are some things we do want to go back to, some things we miss. But actually our mindset should be, Lord, lead me on. How can we see your kingdom come and your will be done in a new way in this season? For those of us in our church, how can we see South Norwood changed as we share God's love here and in his world? The methods might change. We might not be going back. Lord, lead us forward into the new day, into the new thing. Are we going to look back? Or are we going to be looking forward, pressing on to take hold of that for which Christ took hold of us? That's our thought for this week. Let's be people who are looking forward to the new thing that God has in store. We're back on this channel on Sunday, 11 a.m. for our active worship. Join us for the premiere. God bless you. Take care as you press on.